please let us all stand together. Stand together for our pledge, our prayer to be followed by our pledge. Let us pray. Father, we thank you for the beautiful day you've given us. So, Father, we thank you for the gift of this day. Father, we thank you that we woke up today.
Yes.
And we thank you, O Lord, that with every day that you wake us up,
Yes.
you have new purpose for us. Yes, Jesus. And Father, be with us tonight as we go about that purpose. Let everything we do be in keeping with your will. And I ask your blessings on each person here. In your precious name we pray. Amen. Let us repeat together our pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. We'll ask the clerk to administer the roll call.
Alderwoman Hall. Here. Alderman Frazier. Here. Alderwoman Smith. Here. Alderwoman Irvin.
Here.
Alderman Davis.
Here.
And Alderman Maroney.
Here.
All are present and accounted for, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. At this time, we'll have approval of minutes. Madam Clerk.
Yes, I ask approval for regular call meeting minutes March the 10th, 2026.
Second. Motion made by Alderwoman Hall, seconded by Alderman Davis. Discussion. We'll call for the question. We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries. Next item.
Ask for approval for special call meeting minutes March the 18th, 2026.
The motion has been made by Alderwoman Hall, seconded by Alderman Davis. Discussion. We will call for the question. We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries. At this time, we will now go to Department Directors' reports. We have Mr. Johnston.
Good evening.
I did provide a draft of my report in your packet, but I also provided an updated one at your respective desks earlier today because I have had to add a few items to my report. Yearly and 6-month general supply bids, April 1st through March 31st, 2027. Staff, Dollar Johnston is requesting a motion to accept the general supply period April 1st, 2026 through March 31st, 2027. Please, the board.
So move.
Motion made by Alderwoman Irving, seconded by Alderman Davis. Discussion. We will call for the question. We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries. Next item, Mr. Johnston.
Review of proposals for architectural services 2026 CDBG public facilities application. City of Natchez received proposals for professional services until 10 o'clock a.m. on Tuesday, March 19th. 2 proposals were received by the designated time. Belinda Stewart Architects and Wakecaster Duncan. After receiving the proposals, staff submitted them to the review committee to review, score, and return. Staff, in concert with the Southwest Mississippi Planning and Development District, is requesting a motion to select Wakecaster Duncan to provide the required services for its 2026 block grant application based on Wakecaster Duncan receiving a cumulative score of 582 and Belinda Stewart receiving a score of 533. Pleasure of the board.
So moved.
Motion made by Alderman Maroney, seconded by Alderwoman Smith. Discussion. We will call for the question. We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries. Mr. Johnson.
Cotton Alley improvements. This first item I omitted from my original report. That was my mistake. Staff, Dollar Johnston is requesting a motion to enter into a professional services agreement with Wakecaster Duncan to provide engineering services related to this needed capital improvement project, including assisting in the bidding process, receiving bids, evaluation of bids, pre-construction conference, inspection of work, approval of pay items, etc. The services contract totals $4,500. Pleasure of the board.
Motion made by Alderwoman Hall, seconded by Alderman Maroney. Discussion?
Yes.
Yes, Alderwoman Irving.
Okay. What improvements? It's a capital improvement project.
Basically, do you know where the alley is? It's right here. I just go up on Pearl Street and it's right past the sandwich shop across the Miola Hotel in the Fry Building, Cotton
Mhm.
Alley.
I knew where the business itself was.
Yes.
So-
Basically, the road is almost impassable now because it's in such bad condition, and that brick retaining wall on the also needs tremendous repair and it's become a liability. So we're looking to make improvements to both the access road right there at the alley and the retaining wall.
Okay. All right.
So what is, I believe we've already had discussion. The question's been called. We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion
Thank
indicate
you.
by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. The ayes have it, motion carries.
Staff, is requesting a motion to receive bids for the above referenced capital improvements project that consists of the repair and rehab of the existing retaining wall, including the removal and reconstruction of failed sections of the wall, removal of deteriorated, cracked, or missing bricks, cleaning of existing surfaces, and installation of new brick to match. Alley pavement walls be removed in select areas and replaced with 6 inches of concrete pavement. Pleasure of the board.
Motion made by Alderwoman Smith, seconded by Alderwoman Hall. Discussion?
Yes.
Yes, Alderwoman
Funding.
Irving.
Where's funding coming from? Can you give me some background on that?
It's my understanding it has been budgeted. I believe it's coming from either community development or capital improvements.
Community development
Or
capital.
capital improvement. That's my understanding. Yes, ma'am.
Has it been identified?
It's my understanding. Yes.
It is in our current budget.
Yes.
It
Okay.
is, yes. All right, I'll call for the question. We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. The ayes have it, motion carries. Mr. Johnson?
All right, page 2, these are additions to my report that were included over the last day or so, and they were placed at your respective desks. Brownsville Revolving Loan Program, loan number 26-00020, Fry Building demolition with monies from DEQ. Staff is requesting a motion to approve the following documents. Grant Management Manual establishes standardized policies and procedures for the effective administration, oversight, and closeout of all state, federal, and private grants awarded to the city. The manual applies to all city departments, boards, commissions, and any subrecipients involved in grant-funded activities. Its purpose is to ensure consistent compliance, fiscal accountability, transparency, and effective stewardship of public and private funds. Pleasure of the board.
So moved.
Motion made by Alderwoman Hall, seconded by Alderwoman Smith. Discussion? We'll call for the question. We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it, motion carries. Next item.
Internal control and risk assessment policy to establish and identify a formal framework for internal control, risk identification, risk assessment, risk mitigation, and ongoing monitoring. Pleasure of the board.
So moved.
Motion made by Alderman Maroney and seconded by Alderwoman Hall. Discussion? We'll call for the question. We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it, motion carries.
Title VI Civil Rights Compliance Policy to ensure that the city of Natchez complies fully with Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 as amended and related federal statutes and regulations. Pleasure of the board.
So moved. Second.
Motion made by Alderwoman Hall and seconded by Alderman Maroney. Discussion? We will call for the question. We will proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it, motion carries. Next item.
Traffic Signalization Training, Public Works Department. Mr. Dollar is requesting permission to allow Mr. Paul Martin to attend traffic signalization training at Temple Inc. in Decatur, Alabama from March 16th through March 19th. Pleasure of the board.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderwoman Irving and seconded by Alderman Maroney. Discussion?
Yes, I was
Yes,
just,
Alderwoman
had
Irving.
he filled out the paperwork
That would
requesting?
be my assumption. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, have we
Right.
received that
No.
with him traveling, his travel?
It's past them days.
Yeah, that's
Oh, he's
good.
been, that's right.
Until 16th to the
Okay.
19th.
So, hey, is this the
I
correct dates?
I
Is it just
my
timing?
email.
Okay.
It may have been April. I apologize
Yeah.
if it's April.
But
Okay.
we didn't receive anything in between, so that's why I was asking. We created that policy.
Let's clarify those dates for the minutes.
I will. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I will. My bad.
All right, the city clerk should have that. We will entertain the motion pending the
Yeah.
approval by the city clerk. of the
It's in my
dates.
email.
Okay, all right. Have we made the motion?
4 and 6.
Mhm.
Okay, so we now can move to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it, motion carries. Last item, Mr. Johnson.
Canal Street erosion issue near Bridge and Visitor Center, Mississippi Department of Transportation. MDOT will soon begin needed repairs to the erosion issue near the Canal Street Bridge at National Park Service owned operated Natchez Visitors Intermodal Center. For MDOT to gain access to the erosion site, MDOT is requesting permission from the city of Natchez to be considered an agent of the city to use the easement the city was granted by the National Park Service when the property was deeded by the city of Natchez on or about July 23rd, 2020. Pleasure of the board.
So moved. Second.
Motion made by Alderwoman Smith and seconded by Alderwoman Hall. Discussion?
Yes,
Yes.
Yes, Alderman Frazier?
this project, by the church
That's on the
on Canal Street?
on the other side of the church, on the west side, right there on the grounds of the visitor center, just north of the colonnades,
Okay,
right there where they have it fenced off.
okay. They're doing just, repair work. They're repairing the bridge.
No, sir, they're preparing the erosion issue that is threatening the area. Only erosion work. No, sir, this is not bridge work.
If I could elaborate a little
Oh,
bit.
please, yes.
In your packets, and it's actually on my report, and we'll just knock this out all at once. In your packets, you should have seen a letter dated March 20th from MDOT, and also a copy of a corresponding letter dated March 20th from me to MDOT, Albert White, District Engineer. Over the winter months, we discovered that this erosion issue was beginning to threaten Canal Street. We were in communication with MDOT. We had a meeting with MDOT. At one point, it was a little scary that we may have to close Canal Street for them to perform a 4 to 6 month erosion control project at their expense to protect and safeguard Canal Street. I'm very happy to say that as of last week, we received the good news that MDOT had found a way to repair this erosion without closing Canal Street. And we have not mentioned this publicly until now because we didn't want to alarm anyone until we could be sure the Canal Street would not be closed. We've had great cooperation from MDOT. They're doing this on their side. It is their right of way, and they are doing it at their expense. And they will be starting within the next couple of weeks. I don't think the average motorist will really notice any problem except occasionally when they're moving equipment in and out. They will be unloading a lot of riprap material from the roundabout area of the visitor center down into this area until the erosion issue is resolved. So we're very grateful for this. We are. Alderwoman Hall?
Yes, and I think our last meeting, Alderwoman Urban reported she's been getting reports about 18-wheelers still crossing canal. I'm getting reports that come across at midnight.
Well, I see them 6:30 in the morning.
18-wheelers and also log trucks.
Mhm.
Today, I reported to the appropriate department that there was a log truck carrying 2 loads of logs running from Vidalia onto Canal Street. So this is still ongoing.
We're going to ask our police department to please step up enforcement of that no truck route because we are fortunate to have a few more years life on the bridge since we repaired it, and it would be a shame to see that life reduced
Right.
because of improper truck traffic. We have imposed steep fines. They are very well advertised on signage. And let us please, and I'm looking to our police chief designate who is here, Chief Designate Lee Best, if you could please communicate with the police department and Chief Green to make sure that the enforcement of this area against trucks is strictly enforced. Yes.
I just want to
Alderwoman
say,
Irvin.
I have, since the last time that I brought that to the board's attention, I do see the police at 6 in the morning now.
Okay,
So I do see them
Good.
out there, and they're coming from John R. Drunken and going back and forth
good,
at 6:15, 6:30 when I'm out.
good.
So.
All right, great. Well, with that said,
I would
Mr.
like to
Johnson?
expand.
Oh,
to help-
and I would like to expand on the
Alderwoman.
conversation too. So you said they're going to have this equipment. It's not going to be heavy equipment now that would impact anything down below.
No.
Okay, because I'm just
but
looking
they
at
are
shifting,
working
you
in
know.
coordination with Natchez Rail and the Park
Okay,
Service to
okay,
get this done
okay.
within their right of way, utilizing easements that have already in years past been provided by the
I
city.
did want to add that between myself, Mr. Dollar, and Mr. Burke, we have reached out to the utilities, to Natchez Rail, and to MDOT to address their other 3 action items there as an FYI.
All right, great.
That was done earlier today.
And I just want to thank the MDOT again. This marks the second time that they have worked with us in just the last 3 years to keep Canal Street open. We have now had 2 very close calls to close Canal Street, once with the bridge back in 2023, and then again with this issue. But we are so grateful to have such a great relationship with our leaders at MDOT and with our commissioner. And we expect that this will be corrected very soon. And as I said, the average motorist shouldn't even notice it. With that said,
Mr. Mayor,
Alderman Frazier?
I understand that the work needs to be done
Yes, sir.
on the bridge down there. But my only concern, as I stated once before, when we had this project come up again, my only concern is the church down there, the shaking of the foundation of that church. That's the only thing I'm concerned with. If they do have structural problems due to this heavy equipment operation, who's gonna be held responsible? Who's gonna be liable if they have a structural problem?
I'm not able to answer that question, but we can certainly ask MDOT to be very sensitive to the surrounding structures as they.
And I just want to put emphasis on it. It's just not the church. You do have
Yes,
other businesses that are there as well,
yes.
because it will impact that entire area.
Can you imagine if MDOT doesn't repair this and the whole area
I
caves in?
I
What the
understand.
impact will be? So at this
Mr.
time,
Mayor,
I'd
I do
like to call
understand the
for the
replacement of the
question.
bridge. I do
Yes.
understand that urgency of
This
that,
is an erosion control.
Mhm. but all of it
issue.
is.
I'll call for the question. We'll proceed to a
Mhm.
vote. All in favor of the motion, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries.
You get that all too well.
Thank you, Mr. Johnston. We are going to ask for a motion. I just realized this is not on the agenda. We have our audit. In fact, Scott Christian is here with our CPA firm. We are so grateful for the work that they have done on this. Gillen, Christian, and Mosby. Did I get that right? And so I would like to have a motion to allow Mr. Christian to address the board
So,
and to present the results of our audit, and they are being handed out to you right now.
what's so moved?
All right, a motion made by Alderwoman Irving. Do I have a second?
And actually,
Seconded by
that was in my
Alderwoman
report,
Smith.
Mr. Mayor.
And, I'm sorry.
That was gonna be in my report.
I know. Well, we're very glad that we
That
are
we made a
here.
motion, didn't we?
I will ask now, all in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Mr. Christian, thank you. And I tell you, I've been kind of busy. I think I overlooked a text message from you.
You did. I just texted to make sure that you got the,
But we got them, and we're so grateful, and we thank you so much for being here tonight. And I'm going to make sure yes, everyone has one. And so, Mr. Christian, you're now
This
recognized.
is yours.
well, thank you, Mr. Mayor and all the people. I'm just gonna be real brief because you've just gotten the reports. Just as a high-level tour of the package that you have, we have issued an unmodified or clean audit opinion on the city for the year ended 9/30/24. You're all aware of the issues we've had getting this audit completed. We're able to get it to a clean opinion really by allowing the clerk's office to get things corrected as we went along. And so what we are now, we're in a position that going forward, we should be in a better timing situation. The key is to be able to get the books reconciled on a timely manner. I will let you know that we provide the clerk with approximately 30 pages of adjusting entries that need to be made to the 2024 books to get the 2025 books ready to go.
Repeat that again. Repeat that
I
again.
said, we have issued almost 30 pages of adjustments to the 2024 books.
Thank you.
The clerk has agreed with the adjustments, and she's making those adjustments. As far as control issues, there are no findings that were issued in this report that weren't issued in prior reports. There remain things like reconciliations done in a timely manner. I will say the reconciliation process does work because it identified the employee thefts that we had in 24. And of course, the process of following up on that theft is one of the reasons that delayed the audit, because that had to be resolved internally with the clerk's office. They don't have a big staff. I think they were down 2 people during the year. My understanding is someone's been hired in the last week or so. So hopefully that will help in the office. But that is the kind of results of that. The one thing we always emphasize, we did the audit for about 20-something years. Took a little break to come back to it now. We still have some interfund transfer issues. We've had those issues in the past. And that's an issue of reconciling accounts in a timely manner, to making sure that those things, you stay on top of those things. The clerk has instituted a new journal entry process, which is going to require her oversight in the process. This should tighten this up and help get the entries made in a timely manner and that the entries are correct. And so we think going forward, you're going to be in a much better position for future audits. After you've had a chance to review the reports, I'll be happy to come back and meet with you to answer specific questions that you may have. And that concludes my report.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Mr. Christian, it is too early for us to actually ask any questions. We're just getting. But what I would like to do is I would like for us to accept a motion to accept this audit, spread it on our minutes, and in that motion also allow an opportunity for aldermen to review the audit and then for you to come back at our next meeting to have further discussion.
He's coming back to have next discussion.
The
Second.
motion has been made by Alderwoman Hall and seconded by Alderwoman Smith. Discussion on the motion.
Yes,
Yes, Alderman Frazier.
we are just not getting this audit here. You want to make a motion that we accept this audit? I don't think we do it right now until the next board meeting.
So you're gonna
Until
table it?
we have a chance to look at this and review it. Because I'm quite sure there's some issues in that need to be discussed among some of the board members.
What we're doing is accepting it tonight, spread it on the minutes, but we can also at that next meeting, we can have any motion you care to make, and that would be to alter it. But right now, we need to accept it because we need to get it to some agencies that are waiting on it. We have funding, depending on this audit at our Natchez Transit Authority, for example, and it's just important that we get this audit to the current places. Now, what we can do is in 2 weeks, if there are any findings, anything that you want to go into in further detail, we can. But I would say I'm not a CPA. I'm not qualified to make any suggestions to change the audit. And if I did, I imagine that would create quite a delay. Now, if any of you are CPAs and would like to be able to entertain changing the audit, you're welcome to do that at our next meeting. But right now, the motion on the floor is to accept the audit and spread on our minutes.
Let me simply say it. You don't have to be a CPA to look at an audit. Anybody can look at an audit. I could take somebody on the street and let them look at it and review it, so I don't think that was appropriate.
I'm just saying,
I was just
have
saying.
those,
Yeah,
have
that's
those
sarcasm.
ready at our next meeting. We can accept that, right? Expect that to occur tonight. We just got it. But I would like to call for the question. We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. There is one nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries. I want to say this, Mr. Christian, we have been in constant communication with your team. And we are so very grateful for all of the hard work y'all have put into this. You've gone above and beyond, and you have dealt with a situation, as you stated, in a theft that has been well publicized now in the media. And all of those funds were actually returned to the city shortly after that theft took place. But being that it has been a personnel issue, we have not discussed it, and we're not going to tonight. But we're just saying there have been challenges indeed, but your team has done an excellent job in keeping us in the loop, communicating with us, and now we're so grateful. We'll look forward to seeing you at our next meeting in just a couple of weeks.
All right.
Okay. Well, that's what I was going to confirm.
Alderwoman Irving?
I was just confirming the date of the next meeting, April
Okay.
14th.
All right.
So we'll have him there at that meeting. Hope that's a good day for you.
It is not.
But that's the next board meeting. But we do want to see you in person back in our meetings.
We'll have time to work that through.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Christian. Thank you, everyone. And I want to say we are appreciative of our clerk's office working so hard with the auditor, and also Ms. Deanne. I believe Ms. Deanne Hexley.
Yeah.
She has really put the hours in, and we are very grateful to Ms. Deanne. We now will go back to our agenda. Mr. Mingo Tingle, you are recognized. Yes, Alderwoman Hall. I'm sorry.
Mr. Frazier has to recuse himself.
We are approving the appointment of a candidate to the Natchez Planning Commission. Could you tell us who the names are, and then we'll go from there?
Sure. The excuse me. The names are Louis J. Voles III, and also Jarita Frazier King.
Okay. With that said, Mr. Frazier, Alderman Frazier, I believe, understanding your daughter is one of the candidates, we will have to ask you to recuse yourself from this portion of the meeting.
Information.
Let the minutes show the time in which Alderman Frazier recused himself, and then we will ask him to rejoin the meeting once the discussion and the vote is complete.
All right. Thank you.
Yes,
Mayor,
Mr.
Board of Aldermen. Good evening. I'm here to request for approval to appoint a candidate to the Natchez Planning Commission and Natchez Development Code 6.4.4 membership, current incumbents, appointment terms, vacancies, and removal. The Planning Commission shall consist of 9 members, and appointments to the commission shall be made by the mayor and board of aldermen, all of whom shall be resident citizens and qualified electors of the city of Natchez. Part B, in making appointments to the planning commission, the mayor and board of aldermen shall strive to reflect the diversity of the community geographically as well as demographically, and shall seek out candidates who have backgrounds in planning, construction, engineering, architecture, education, and other relevant experience, as well as lay citizens. And tonight we are recommending Louis J. Voles III of 611 North Union Street. Mr. Voles is a former administrative judge and assistant U.S. attorney with the U.S. Department of Justice. He is a member of the Louisiana State Bar Association and the New Orleans Bar Association. He is a resident of the city of Natchez and a registered voter in Ward 1. Mr. Voles has direct experience with urban planning with 10.5 years of service on the New Orleans Planning Commission. While a commissioner, Mr. Voles served in the following positions: vice chair and chair of the Committee on Rules, Policies, and Procedures, Chair of Committee on Zoning and Land Use, Chair of Zoning and Technical Advisory Committee for post-Katrina revisions to the comprehensive zoning ordinance. Mr. Voles also has an extensive record of volunteer service as detailed in the enclosed resume. The Planning Department recommends appointment of Mr. Louis J. Voles III to fill the current vacancy on the Natchez Planning Commission. Pleasure of the board.
Second.
Motion made by Alderwoman Hall and seconded by Alderwoman Smith. Discussion?
Yes.
Yes, Alderwoman Irving.
You said this has been presented to the planning commission before coming to this board.
No, ma'am.
Okay, I thought we would do just the opposite. It would go to them and then come to us.
Not according.
Okay, but I love what you just said. Because last night, look at our vote last night that took place. We needed someone who we had a candidate, 15 months of experience with the Natchez PD. And 27
sorry,
years
that's
with the
not
other.
relative
That's
to
a
this.
similarity. I'm just
I'm
making
so
my
sorry.
point.
But no.
But now you want a qualified
we're-
person to fill this position. That's what I'm saying. And
we need
it's
to
just the
stay
same
to the
thing.
motion.
And Mr. Mayor, it's
We
the
need to
same
stay.
thing. Yes, it is.
I'm going to rule you being argumentative. No,
You can,
this vote
whatever,
took
I'm just
place
proving
last
my
night.
point here,
But
because
this
that's
is
what
the
I get from
motion
this.
before us now, and let's stay on topic.
I am.
Alderwoman Irving, you are recognized. You still have the floor.
Okay, well, thank you. And that's my point. What I'm saying, we want someone qualified, experienced for this board, but we didn't do the same thing for the department last night. And that's what I get. And why is it that if we're going on your preference, because that's what that said, your preference, Mrs. King has all those things that you just said, that she would be a great candidate for this board as well. All I'm saying, you're saying best qualified, here's preference. And she does have the degrees and all to back it up. So I'm saying that and my vote would be nay on this. My vote would be nay on this. Okay.
I have a question. I see here that appointments must be resident citizens. This vacancy occurred because an individual serving on the planning commission, Mr. Butch Johnson, had moved out into the county, was no longer a resident of the city. I understand that Mr. Voles is a resident of the city. I do have to ask, is the other candidate a resident of the city?
From what we've been able to research, and according to Mrs. King's a resume that she submitted, she resides at 248 Foster Mound Road, which is outside the city limits.
Okay. Ironically, the very same road that Butch Johnson lives on.
I believe so.
That's ironic, but thank you. The question has been called.
Again,
The
I just
question
wanna
has been
point
called. We have to follow our charter, and the individual has to be a resident of the city. It's right here. We'll now have a vote. Alderwoman Hall.
Aye.
Alderwoman Smith.
Aye.
Alderwoman Irving. How do you vote? Alderwoman Irving.
nay.
Nay. Alderman Davis.
Nay.
Alderman Maroney.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Motion carries. Thank you so much. If we could alert Alderman Frazier that the issue has now been dispensed with and we're ready to move on, and invite him to please rejoin the meeting. And thank you, Mr. Johnny, for doing that for us. Thank you, Mr. Tingle.
I hope, and I'm going to do an attorney general's opinion on this.
Alderwoman Irving, it's in our charter,
Okay.
but you're
There's
welcome.
a lot of
to do
things in
that.
our charter that we're not following.
Thank you so much. We now will go to city official reports. Alderwoman Hall, you're recognized.
Mr. Mayor, a resident recently asked me about the change in pickups of Meridian waste, that flyers are going out to residents. I did chat with Mr. Stewart, and approximately 200 residents within the city are getting flyers about the change in their pickup dates. He just found out about it today. When I called him, he was not aware. So he called their central office. And the ones who are getting these, he's asked them to please just follow what's on your flyer, because this apparently has to do with maneuvering of the trucks in some residential areas. And I've already reported on the trucks who continue to come across Canal Street Bridge that are forbidden. Thank you. That concludes my report.
Thank you very much. Alderman Frazier?
Yes,
Yes, sir. You're
let me say this. Last night, we had a special call meeting, executive session. Upon the session was completed, it was a motion made to make Lee Vest as chief of police city of Natchez. I am, and still is opposed to that, simply because the reason it was the process that was done. To me, the process was unfair. And it wasn't fair to the individuals who's out there now. These individuals, some of these individuals been out there 20-some years, and they wasn't given a chance to even much apply for the job. The standards was lowered by this board on a 3-3 vote. You, Mr. Mayor, broke the tie. And to me, it's my personal view that this was already in the making. Hearsay on the streets was already floating around in November that y'all had already made this decision to make Mr. Vest the chief of police. As I stated earlier, I was against this process, and it's nothing personal against Mr. Vest. It's just the process. In every city that has a civil service board, you have to go through the proper channel. And the proper channel is patrolmen, sergeants, lieutenants, captains, assistant chief, and chief of police. That wasn't done so. So I'm simply stating, Mr. Mayor, as I stated, I'm against this. Also, as I would also like to make a motion today that Commander Justin Jones be promoted to assistant chief.
Second.
A motion has been made by Alderman Frazier, seconded by Alderwoman Irving. Discussion on the motion.
I just want to reiterate.
Yes, Alderwoman Irving.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. I just want to reiterate what was said. Again, when I think of the candidates that had 20-something years of experience, and they were in the department from patrol, they went through all the steps, and he has worked 27 years every day protecting this community. And even up until the very moment, he had the opportunity to leave on several occasions, but he loved Natchez. He showed commitment, dedication to keep this city safe.
Mr. Mayor.
To keep this city safe. I'm just about finished, Mr. Frazier. And it's like a slap in the face for someone who has 15 months with the city of Natchez. And I'm looking at longevity here because tenure says something. Commitment, dedication, love for Natchez, all of that. And when we think about the morale of the department, what that does, that's a slap in the face. Slap in the face. That ends my comments.
Let me say this, Mr. Mayor. I'm sitting here, everyone on this board has a vote. I have a vote. I also have a voice. And as the Alderman of Ward 2, I feel that it is my duty to voice my opinion and my constituents. I have got numerous of calls from former police officers who resided at the Natchez Police Department along with me who opposed it. So as I say, Mr. Mayor, everyone on here has a vote. I respect their vote. That's the end of my report.
Thank you so much. Any further discussion on the motion? We will proceed then to a vote. All in favor? Well, we'll do a roll call vote. Alderwoman Hall.
Nay.
Alderman Frazier.
Aye.
Alderwoman Smith.
Nay.
Alderwoman Irving.
Aye.
Alderman Davis.
Aye.
Alderman Maroney?
Nay.
Okay, and I will break the tie, and I will also vote nay, because as much as I respect Commander Jones, I must say, we haven't even had a discussion with our incoming chief about this, and I think that would be a very improper move for this board to make.
no.
I'm sorry, the vote has already been made, no more discussion.
Yes, it is,
Back to
Mayor.
Alderman
Yes, it
Frazier,
is, Mayor.
we're still in your report,
Okay, Mr. Mayor.
but once we have a vote on the motion, the motion
I
is dead,
understand, Mr. Mayor, but
and we move on.
listen to this.
Alderman
Mr. Mayor.
Frazier, back to you.
Why we got to have a discussion on this matter as assistant chief when it's left up to the board and the board just did it last night. You appointed Mr. Vest, the chief of police. And why we got to have a discussion, the board can appoint Commander
right.
Jones
That's right.
as assistant chief. It's in the civil service rules and regulations
I'm
guidelines.
sorry, we've
our
already had the vote.
Okay.
Anything else in your report, Alderman Frazier?
Like I say, I just like to tell my constituents, this is what we got. And, like I say, only thing I can say to them, in order for it to change, vote. And you know how to vote.
Thank you, Alderman Frazier. Alderwoman Smith, you now are recognized. Okay, thank you so much. Alderwoman Irving, you're now recognized.
Okay, so I also want to make a motion that the mayor and the Civil Service Commission put forth a greater effort to hire a civil service attorney. My reason for asking is because the Civil Service Commission is created to serve the employees that may have grievance, formal complaints, strong feeling of resentment arising from perceived unfair treatment, typically in a workplace, context regarding contract violations, pay or conditions. We have been without a civil service attorney for approximately 2 years. Okay, and I'm concerned that the need for the attorney to make sure that we're not violating EEOC laws, okay, leaving the city open for lawsuits. So,
Motion has been made, it has been seconded. I want to say we have actually attempted with several attorneys to fill the position. They have declined the position. In talking to Mr. Ware, we continue to want an attorney. And I would fully support this motion because we should have an attorney.
absolutely.
But we can't force anyone to serve who does not want to serve. But I will resume discussions with Mr. Ware. We actually recently did learn of a young man who might be interested in serving. The good thing is we have had no legal issues within the commission. I can't even think of any.
They just said it came forward because they don't have an attorney over there who knows the legal
If they do
aspect.
come forward, Mr. Ware
Mhm.
has made it very clear that he would consult with an attorney, and there are attorneys that can be consulted with, but we haven't needed an attorney. But certainly, I would like to see an attorney appointed, so I support the motion. Any further discussion? Call for the question. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it, motion carries. Back to you.
Yes, sir. I just want to say that again, the police chief, the assistant police chief, these are political appointments. They're designed to keep politics out of it, but this is political. They are political appointments. Okay? And the vote, the way it went with experience, went through the entire process of going from patrolman, and I'm not going to go back through that because we know we worked our way through the ranks and they earned it. And then we did the opposite. So we do know that political appointment, that's what our police chief, and it's designed. That's why the Civil Service Commission was created, to take the politics out. But as Alderman Frazier stated, I received lots of calls, even from out of state. People are looking at what Natchez is doing. Okay? They're looking to see that we're not moving forward. And one of the most important things I think that everyone in this city can agree with, We all want to be safe. We want to be safe, and we want the best people out there to have a safe. I know we can learn on the job. I understand that, but nothing beats longevity of experience and the degrees to back it up.
Alderwoman.
That is
Thank
my
you.
report.
Alderman Davis, your
No
report. Thank you so much. Alderman Maroney.
No report.
Okay, thank you so much. We now will go to the city clerk's report. Request for approval of the 2nd of March, 2026 claims docket. Do we have a motion? Alderwoman Smith has made the motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Alderwoman Irving. We'll have now discussion.
Oh, yes.
Yes, Alderwoman Irving.
Okay. And our city clerk is not here again tonight. Our deputy clerk is here.
Yes, and we're
Okay.
so glad to have our deputy clerk here
Okay.
tonight. And
Oh, my-
also our other chief deputy clerk.
That's
We're so
exactly
grateful
right.
to have Ms. Patterson
Two good people.
and Ms.
Yes.
Bell.
Okay. Okay, so I'm on page 44 with our claims docket. And I'm seeing here that this is a double increase. It's the last item on page 44 of our claims docket. Now, normally, we see half of that amount, but that amount has doubled, and it's in one payment. I've never seen that amount, been on this board 9 years, in one payment. I do see it for other things.
Are you referring to Mississippi Golf Management?
I am.
Yes, I believe he had withheld some invoices, but I'm going to ask Ms. Bell if she can provide any more insight into the payment for Mississippi Golf Management. I believe that's cashing him up.
But can I make a comment, Mayor?
Ms. Bell, can you offer any elaboration on the payment to Mississippi Golf Management?
No,
I know you don't have it in front of you.
no, we would have to pull the invoice, but I'm sure it's probably some old invoices or something.
Okay.
That's
Now-
what I
But
understand it
I can
is.
double check, I can double check on tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. And Alderwoman Irving, if you could please check with Ms. Bell tomorrow after she pull that, she'll be able to answer your question.
I want to make this comment as well.
Certainly.
The auditor just left here and said the findings, and one of them is reconciliations. That's still a part of holding vouchers out. That's a part of what record keeping. And to hold, and I'm not saying not turn them in, but if this is more than one, then some of this should have went in February. Okay,
Okay,
in February. And I'm just saying, that's a part of record keeping. That's a part of reconciliation vouchers. Okay.
thank you.
Mhm.
Anything?
I'm
further?
not saying nobody is doing anything illegal. I'm saying that, again, this is a part of good record keeping. They have to provide it in a timely manner. On page 45, I see an increase in this salary too with Parks and Recreation. Have we done an increase?
Ms. Bell, I don't know that you are able to answer this tonight. But you see, this is a contractor who takes care of our park.
It is, but he's gotten like about $1,600 more. And I was just wondering if those invoices been provided.
We don't
Yeah,
have it.
he turns his invoices in.
Okay.
He's very thorough.
Thorough with getting them in. I just saw an increase. Never seen that amount in one payment.
I believe we had some extra work done after the weather, but we don't
Okay.
have the invoices in front of us.
Okay.
But as, again, if you would like to call Ms. Bell tomorrow, she can pull the invoices. We have a lot of invoices, and that's why a lot of the alderpersons just communicate with the city clerk's office prior to the meeting.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And I
Okay.
will have one more, but
Okay.
we will, I'll meet with them on that because I just,
Okay,
this is actually provided. It's just a wrong account.
thank you, Alderwoman Irving. Further discussion? We'll call for the question. We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Approval of the 2nd March mini claims docket.
Motion made by Alderwoman Hall.
Second.
Seconded by Alderwoman Irving. Do we have any discussion?
I did.
Yes, Alderman Maroney.
I just wanted to point something out, that Mississippi Recs and Parks Association conference there, Ryan Porter's expenses were considerably less. I texted him, I asked him about that. He paid for his room himself.
My
I just
goodness.
wanted to commend him on that. I know he's not here, but That's, in my mind, that's commendable that he went down there
Hmm.
with that thing and paid for his own room when he didn't have to.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you brought that to our attention.
thought
I
it said
also want
somebody
to
was
bring up
providing shelter
something,
for him overnight.
and that is
Yeah,
that
somebody was there to stay
um,
overnight with him.
it is a very good thing. I want to make a mention also that from time to time, the city has in years past taken out tax anticipation loans. Our we've actually paid it back in this. We aren't carrying any more debt on that tax anticipation loan.
I saw that on the
I would
second.
say we did go through the tax report with the clerk last week. Collections are going well. Surprisingly, though, the collections are not as out of norm as one would expect with everything that has been said in the media. And we continue to tell people, if you feel like you've had too much of an increase in your taxes, to please contact the tax assessor to consider getting with an appraisal professional to take a look at your specific property. But we have talked to an appraisal professional who has actually looked at many of these and says that many of the appraisals are actually low. So
Call the question.
I just wanted to make
I had
that comment.
one other
because we
comment.
had that meeting last week. We're taking a look at
The
it.
mini docket.
The question's been called. Do
No.
we have any further discussion?
I did. I had
Alderwoman
just home. Well, it's with Home Bank to pay. It's interest payment for what? Interest payment for interest payment on vehicles or what? For Home Bank.
We're going to have to ask the clerk to, Madam Clerk.
That's a large sum. I just was asking.
That's a bond. I can't really pinpoint
Okay.
which bond, but it's a bond.
Okay.
It's a bond, it's interest on one of our bonds.
Okay.
But we don't have it right here. Yes. But Alderwoman Irving, the clerks are there today, and anytime you have a question, just feel free to give them a call. Do we have any further discussion? We will now call for the question. We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it, motion carries. We come to the city attorney's report. Mr. Attorney, I actually wanted to bring up a matter that you assisted us with yesterday, and we mentioned at the meeting just last night that we did make an error last week when we called the special meeting. It was a clerical error. It was a scheduling error. And once it was discovered, we acknowledged it immediately. The meeting that was conducted last week actually was not properly noticed. And we all know also that the candidates for police chief were not properly invited. Reverend, I remember you were here. We very quickly said there will be no interviews today and there will be no action taken today, and we adjourned the meeting. We do have a letter that was prepared. Mr. Attorney, do you have that letter?
I don't.
With you? I'm going to pull it up. We have already provided it. We've actually already provided it to the Attorney General.
Yes.
We have also provided that letter to the State Auditor. And we have also provided that letter to the Mississippi Ethics Commission. All of that was done yesterday. It has also been provided to local media, but for the purpose of today, and actually left that copy on my desk at City Hall. But Madam Clerk, I am going to give you that letter because we need to spread that letter on the minutes. But for right now, we will read the letter. Give me just 1 minute.
I delivered it to the clerk's office today.
Okay, so they do have it. Great. Well, we are going to pull that letter up, and just bear with me.
Mr. Mayor, while you're searching,
Yes, sir.
I would just
Alderman Frazier.
I would just like to say the attorney, Mr. Lazar, I would like to apologize to you I did get that letter. It was an error on my part.
Thank you, Mr. Frazier. No harm done.
I just want to be right.
Thank you, Alderman Frazier. Thank you. And I want to thank everyone. It's not always easy doing the things we do, and we are not always going to, but we don't have to be disagreeable. This is the letter, and I'm going to read it. Then I'm going to ask a motion that this be spread on the minutes of tonight's meeting. The City of Natchez scheduled a special call meeting of the Mayor and Board of Aldermen for Wednesday, March 18th, 2026, for the purpose of interviews with police chief candidates. Due to a misunderstanding and failure of communication, not all of the candidates received notice of the special call meeting, and notice was not provided to the news media. Therefore, no business was conducted at the meeting, and the meeting was promptly adjourned. The city regrets the error, but we are pleased to report that there was no action taken at the meeting, and it has now been rescheduled for today, which was yesterday, Monday, March 23rd, 2026, at 4:30 p.m., with all necessary parties and the media having received full notice. That is the letter that was provided to the authorities yesterday, and I would like for a motion for that to be spread upon our minutes. Motion made by Alderwoman Hall and seconded by Alderwoman Smith. We attempt to do all things above board, but we are all human, and when these things happen, we need to be very quick to acknowledge it and to endeavor to move forward in a better way. The question has been called. We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries. Mr. Attorney, anything else that you need to report to the board tonight?
Nothing further, Mr. Mayor.
All right. Thank you. On my report, we have already discussed the erosion control project that will be taking place on Canal Street. We do want to ask motorists, when they do see caution signs and barricades and cones, to just be mindful that MDOT personnel will be present there for the next several weeks, right there at the Canal Street Bridge, on the south side of the bridge, on the west side of the street. In other words, the side of the street that faces the river. We look forward to having that project done very soon. Also, I do have a request. Every year I go to the Mississippi Planning Development Annual Conference in Biloxi, Mississippi on April 22nd to 24th, 26th. Those are the dates this year. I believe that my office has provided that information to the clerk's office. I'm asking for permission to go to the conference.
So moved.
Thank you, Alderwoman Irving.
Second.
Seconded by Alderman Davis. Thank you, Alderman Davis. Discussion. We'll call for the question. We'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries. Thank you so much. My last item is I do have a Morgantown Road update. This was actually in the paper this weekend.
Yep.
I provided a notice to all of the aldermen in their packets. It was also e-blasted, our weekly e-blast. But I do have very good news. Alderman Davis, I know this is really great news for Ward 5 and residents in your ward, and we worked so hard as a board. But the long-awaited completion of Morgantown Road is now fully within reach. And after years of planning, coordination, construction, the final phase is set to begin within the next 3 weeks, actually possibly within the next 2 weeks, with final completion expected within 6 to 7 months. Tomorrow, there will be a pre-construction meeting between the engineer and Dozer Construction. Dozer was the successful bidder on this phase. They were on the first phase, and we're very grateful that they chose to do it. That first phase was completed in November, concluded a 15-month effort that cost $3.68 million. That initial work focused on a full replacement of the roadbed, the installation of new drainage infrastructure from the city limits to Red Loop Road, followed by resurfacing. The first phase was by far the most complicated, involving major upgrades to drainage and the relocation of public utilities in some areas. It had to be completed before moving forward with improvements within the city portion. While it required our patience and perseverance, it laid the groundwork for what now will be a much safer and more functional Morgantown road. This project is an example of teamwork at its best. The city of Natchez has invested $2 million into the effort. We actually forewent our plans to raise Silver Street in order to get this important project done. And together with Adams County, we have secured a federal earmark of $2.5 million to help fund the work. Adams County has invested additional funds as well. This partnership has been instrumental in moving the project forward. Now, as we begin the final phase, we want to ask everyone to exercise more patience and also more caution. During the next few months, we will be replacing existing drainage pipes, regrading drainage ditches, resurfacing the roadway, and tying in residential driveways to ensure proper access and water flow. There is no question that this has been a very difficult and complicated project. In fact, the total cost of this project comes close to exceeding what the city spent to pave nearly 50 streets just 2 years ago. That's how complicated this project has been, and why I guess it has taken over 20 years to finally get it to completion. When I ran to be your mayor, I made a commitment to see this project through to completion. I'm grateful that now we are entering this final stage. I want to express my sincere gratitude to the Board of Aldermen and the city staff, Mr. James Johnson especially, for their leadership and commitment. To our partners, the Adams County Board of Supervisors, for their cooperation. Mr. George Ford with IMS Engineering, who has been excellent in his expertise in working with all parties. And also to Dozer Construction for stepping up to carry this project forward. We're also grateful to our leaders in Jackson and in Washington for their support, to include the Mississippi Department of Transportation, members of our congressional delegation in both the House and Senate, and most importantly, I want to thank our citizens for their patience and understanding throughout this lengthy process. We also have had support from our governor, from our lieutenant governor, from our congressmen, from our senators. The list goes on, and we are extremely grateful. Again, we do ask motorists and residents in that area to please bear with us as we come to the end of this project, and short-term pain will end up being a long-term gain for all of us. Any comments from the alderman? It's a big deal that we're about to get this done.
You said enough.
All right, Alderman Davis, I wanted to be sure everyone knew what's happening. At this time, we do have some matters to discuss in executive session pertaining to personnel matters in the police department. I would like to ask for a motion to go into a closed determination that we can hold right here in the open. And that motion has been made by Alderwoman Hall, seconded by Alderwoman Smith. Discussion. I will just say that, as everyone knows, we made a hiring decision. We now have some other decisions to discuss, including salary, start date, and so on. We will have that executive meeting. That is what will be discussed. We will now call for we'll call for a motion to adjourn the closed determination.
So moved.
Okay, that motion has been made. We will call for now a motion. Motion to adjourn. All in favor of the motion, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries. Next, we will entertain a motion to go into executive session for the reasons so described. Motion has been made by Alderwoman Smith. Second.
Are you okay?
Second by Alderman Davis. We will now have a discussion on that motion. Mr. Attorney, The reasons that we have just stated for having this executive session, do they meet with the Open Records Act?
They do, under Mississippi Code Section 25-41-7.
We'll come back. I'm sorry, we can't. I'm going to make an announcement in just a minute, Reverend. Thank you. Yes.
Discussion of personnel matters relating to job performance is clearly within the exception to the Open Meetings Act.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Attorney. So at this time, what we will do is we'll go into executive session. We will return to our regular session after we have met, and we will make an announcement and then if there's any action to be taken, we'll take it then. Our live feed will end now. We generally do not continue the live feed once we go into executive session. All right, I'll now entertain a motion to, well, we did. We're going into executive session right now. Thank you.